you featured across all mediums of media. We're talking press releases, profile pieces, thought leadership articles that establish you as an expert in your field, podcasts, and top tier press. We want to make sure that no matter how people like to consume content, they're going to find you and your brand and your business. We are the only PR firm in the world who has this proprietary system that gets you able to be seen across all mediums. Most other PR companies, they'll get you an article here and there, maybe a podcast with no clear plan. I'm a CEO myself. I built my business to multi-million-dollar corporation because of PR. My first year in business, I made $1 million all on the back of PR efforts. I know this works. I use the framework that I used for myself to build my business to where it is today for you. I'm giving you what's worked for me exactly for you. And now what do? I get invitations to the Vatican. I get invitations to the House of Commons in London because of my PR work. And that's what we want to do for you. Now let's show you some real-time results of some real clients of ours and what we've been able to do for them and their brand. Dan Henry.
You friggin' young guys, why are you processing $5,000 coaching on Stripe? The excuse of, well, they've just been around longer, that's an excuse that business owners give themselves when they're not willing to market. Because when you're willing to market, that falls apart.
Dan Henry came to us and he was having trouble with his credibility and authority online.
So I tried to get verified on Facebook and Instagram for years, which I think I should have been, because I do a lot of stuff in the industry, but I couldn't get verified, and I had actually paid multiple people to get verified, and they all tried these parlor tricks to do so, and I always got screwed. Like I never got verified until I realized I had a conversation with Victoria, and Victoria was like, well, the real reason that you need to get to get you verified on Facebook and Instagram, you gotta have press, right? You gotta have press. And so, I didn't hire Victoria to get me verified. I hired her to get me press. And when she got me press, it did a lot of things for my business. But as soon as I had that press, when we applied to get the verification on both, they said okay.
If you don't know Dan is a very controversial figure in the media. And because of that, he doesn't like to limit himself, and he doesn't want to put a filter on who he is. And we're all about free expression of who you are. Maybe you're similar. Maybe you're in a situation where you feel like you're too controversial, or people don't want to hear about whatever it is you are promoting. And I'm here to tell you, it's how you promote it. We were actually able to get Dan Henry verified across all platforms, as well as ranking on the first page of Google, as well as a Google Knowledge Panel. We were able to get him interviewed on top places like Forbes, Entrepreneur, and Business Insider, among many others. Dan is an incredible example of what PR can do for you. It can showcase and change the public opinion of how you come across. We can soften it. We can make people think whatever you want them to think, because we are the ones controlling the narrative. That's how powerful PR is. Another client of ours is Jared Curry. Jared Curry is only a 19-year-old entrepreneur. And it doesn't matter how young he is, we were still able to get him picked up by mainstream media.
Hey, what's going on? My name's Jared Curry. I had to make this quick little video for the Victoria Kennedy. Why? Because number one, she's amazing. Number two, she has genuinely helped my business tremendously and my personal brand, right? She has been getting me on podcasts, on articles, all over the internet, and I have become the authoritative brand in my space, right?
We even got Jared Curry on a TEDx talk and on national TV. Not to mention getting him in industry-specific publications, as well as huge top-tier places like Forbes and Entrepreneur magazine.
I think for the longest time, I've put a lot of pressure on myself to have some idea of where I'm going, and I've created and achieved what I've set out to achieve. We're here to help small businesses, and this is so simple. This is simple stuff right here, right? This is going to allow you to make sure that your marketing dollars are spent in the right direction, because guess what? the algorithms on these platforms aren't going to know if your marketing is working if you don't have any pixel tracking.
That's because Jared had an awesome story, and we were there to help him craft it so that he could truly be taken seriously. We didn't use his age against him in the way of business. We used it as a strength for him, which enabled him to get more clients and truly be seen as an industry leader. Another 8-figure client of ours is Krista Mashore. We were able to get Krista on publications that matter to her. If you haven't heard of her, she is an amazing real estate business coach.
Hi everyone, it's me, Krista Mashore. I'm here to help you become the top producing real estate agent in your area. That's right, the top producer. You're going to beat the one that's already there. So, are you currently struggling to get more leads? Say no more.
And we were able to get her featured in industry-specific real estate top podcasts and publications, on top of getting her in Forbes magazine, as well as other industry-specific and women publications.
You know, like the Forbes thing, pretty much out of all of them, that was the one that, you know, I think made the biggest difference and stuff. You know, just as far as like people know Forbes, you know, and they kind of know that's like kind of a big deal. So that was definitely helpful. Ashley said it's been easier too to get me on podcasts ever since I've been, you know, have had that too. Okay, you've done a great job, Victoria. Thank you so much. All these articles were wonderful, and I love having the logos behind my name now. It just gives us more credibility and something I think that we needed and we were missing. So it was one piece that, you know, that was really, really great.
Krista is an amazing example of someone who's doing very well in her business, someone who is successful, but knows that she needed to get to the next point, more exposure and more credibility. So if you're watching this, and if any of these testimonials, and these are just 3 out of hundreds, and I'm talking hundreds of clients that we have served, then give us a call. What I'm saying is, maybe you're a Krista. Maybe you have a successful business and you're thinking, Victoria, I don't need PR, I'm already making money. Maybe you are, but that doesn't mean you're the #1 authority in your niche. That doesn't mean you're the best of the best. But if you want to be, then you need PR. Or maybe you're like Jared and you're a young up-and-coming entrepreneur and you think, Victoria, maybe my age is something against me. Maybe who I am is something that I should be ashamed of and hide. No, it isn't. We're going to use everything that you have, craft a story in the media, and make it your strength so that you're taken seriously in your industry. Or maybe you're like Dan Henry and you love to express yourself online, but you're a little bit afraid of what people are going to say about you if you do. Well, let us take care of that for you. We'll help craft your image so it's one that people love. Either love to love or love to hate. People are going to be talking about you in the media, and that's what we can do. Control the narrative and get people thinking about you what you specifically want them to think. I hope you can now see the power of PR and what it can do for you and your brand. It can make you a nobody into a household name, and we want to be the ones to tell your story and take you there. If this sounds good to you, I'd like to make you an offer.